Oh, we've reached a new level of stupid. So, the Ghost of Tsushima, I butchered that, came out. I've literally just had like a drink and my tongue's gone a bit weird. Sorry. But basically, the Ghost of Tsushima came out, and look, lots of people really love it. Apparently not the same people who like The Last of Us Part 2. Apparently, they really dislike the Ghost of Tsushima. And apparently, it's racist. Apparently. Which is total nonsense. Like, absolutely total nonsense. And it's very, very interesting how everyone who dislikes the game is coming from, generally speaking, by and large, obviously we're doing some sort of generalizations here, but by and large, they're all Western reviewers. Oh, who'd have thought it? Who'd have thunk it? So Western reviewers don't like the Ghost of Tsushima, saying it's racist. I'm going to stop saying the name. Saying it's racist, saying it is cultural appropriation. Whereas Japanese game reviewers think it's fantastic. Okay then. So who are you going to believe? Because if the Japanese like it, and it's depicting Japan, yeah, and I think they're right. Don't you think? I think so. Oh dear, oh dear. The world just gets stupider. We should insert the that Joker clip. You know, is it just me or is it getting crazier out there? It is absolutely going mental. So let's get into this article. Okay, so the Ghost of Tsushima is receiving raving reviews, but K-pop fans think Sucker Punch is racist and have no right to create a game about Japanese culture. Oh my god! Of course! Of course! No one, bar the culture, can talk about it. Bearing in mind it's set in feudal Japan, there's no one from that specific culture still around. No one can make the game. Just got to throw that out to you. Unlike The Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima is receiving stellar reviews from users. Even YouTube, you know, basically even PewDiePie likes it, blah blah blah. That's fine. A lot of people have some issues with it here and there. I know Upper Echelon has some slight issues with it. But basically, a whole bunch of people are trying to say that the game is racist, because apparently that's something which games can be now, apparently. So the Ghost of Tsushima is largely inspired by classic Japanese cinema. As a matter of fact, it was revealed that the developers intensely studied Akira Kurosawa's work during the game's development, and it really shows. Right, so when do we stop it being appropriation and just people appreciating a culture? Right, when? When's the line? Where do we draw the line? Because if they like it, we don't, but they're praising its depiction of Japan, that's when you go, we should probably listen to them, shouldn't we? Or are you trying to imply that they don't know what they're talking about? Is that what it is? I think that's what it is. So anyway, it continues, right? So not only is there an option to play the entire game in black and white, awesome. Cinematic mode to give it the classic samurai movie feel, but the original recorded voice lines were done by very talented Japanese actors. Oh yes, even hiring Japanese people to get involved. That's what you want, surely? No? No, because it's appropriation apparently. So Japanese actor Daisuke, I think, or Daisuku Tsuji, who appeared in the Clint Eastwood blockbuster Letters from Iwo Jima, gives an amazing performance as the Ghost of Tsushima protagonist Jin Sakai. And not only does he just provide the voice work, but his likeness is also used. So, again, like, Japanese people are doing the voices, Japanese people are doing the likeness, Japanese people, like, what is going on? Why is this not allowed? Why is it not allowed, right? Well, because apparently we have to be offended on behalf of other people in this day and age, and that makes everyone a bunch of idiots, plebs. Like, that's just a joke. So it goes on to say, however, despite Sucker Punch delivering an amazing game with a story that is largely respectful to the genre, K-pop fans don't think the game should exist. Of course, check out what do they say. White men making a game about Japanese history is cultural appropriation at its finest. Can white people just die already? Of course. Of course. Can they, Sucker Punch, like not be racist? Literally capitalizing on Japanese culture. I'm so done with Sony. Oh my god. Oh my god, people are dumb. The fact that they're hiring Japanese people, it's not about capitalizing on Japanese culture, really, is it? You're giving back to Japanese people. Where's the common sense? Why do we not have common sense? Why? And then we get it as well. When they're saying they're racist, in the same breath of people saying racist this, racist that, they then say things like, oh, white this and white that. You're racist. Listen up, white folk. We know you don't have a culture of your own and our history is filled with racism and bloodshed, but stop appropriating other cultures. Racist pigs. Oh my god. And then we get some pushback. You know, the idiots of woke Twitter tried to claim that Ghost of Tsushima is racist against Japanese people. Stay stupid. Because, of course, Japanese reviewers are absolutely loving it. So what's the issue? What's the issue? Because you have to be offended. Like, something comes out, boom, be offended. But then it's, I think, the most surprising part of it is that those same people that hate this because they believe it's cultural appropriation couldn't care less about Abby in The Last of Us Part 2. Like, seriously? Abby, Ellie, all of that good stuff, you know? Like, what oh, god damn. Seriously. Anyway, it continues further. While some K-pop fans are outraged that an American developer, Sucker Punch, would dare make a game about another culture, Japanese gamers don't seem to mind too much. Ghost of Tsushima is super well received in Japan and is receiving amazing reviews across the pond. And that's the thing, right? Everyone's loving it. So one thing that these K-pop fans are quick to forget is that despite being an American developer, Sucker Punch has many talented creators with diverse cultural backgrounds. To simply refer to them as white men, simply because they are American, is ignorant, and wait for it, racist. And it's not even that, right? So it's actually when you go into it, okay? So actually into the you know, the sort of reviews that have been there. Like, I mean, all I did was type in on here, Ghost of Tsushima cultural appropriation, and you will find article after article. I think there's even one on Kotaku, I think. Here we go. Oh no, so this is to say that it's all being praised. And again, this is the sort of narrative that no one's going to tell you, right? And this is being praised by Japanese reviewers. And it says, often when foreigners bring Japan to life, they don't quite hit the mark. Sometimes their vision of the country is eye-rollingly egregious, but sometimes they portray it in a way that even Japanese can praise. According to early reviews in Japan, Ghost of Tsushima is an example of the latter. So a handful of the biggest Japanese print publications and sites have posted their reviews, with all giving their seal of approval of the game's depiction of the Kamakura hero. Yes, I'm going to butcher that. Considering that Sony Interactive Entertainment is publishing the game, I would be, more surprised if Ghost of Tsushima mucked up its depiction. The Japanese reviews, however, seem to express a sense of relief. Again, look what they say. Like, it's amazing, right? It's literally just non-stop amazing stuff that these people are saying. Genuinely. So it says, in Ghost of Tsushima, the world, and then the word, meaning village leader, isn't the Onyomi reading Sonchu, but rather the Kiyono. I'm butchering all of this, but my god. Basically, it's to say, hey, really, really, really good, because it says, typical samurai of foreign creation, but rather a real Japanese one, with the site using both the English samurai and the words kanji to highlight this distinction. It is, loved by Japanese reviewers. They absolutely love it. Why the hell do we, as Western people, want to come in and go, right, we're going to be offended by this? We must be offended. We need to be offended. If we're not offended, then we're not doing our job properly. That's it. Like, why? It's such utter tripe. Genuinely utter tripe. So, here you go. Apparently, unless you are Japanese, you can't wear Japanese clothing, you probably can't eat Japanese food, and you definitely can't make or play a game set in feudal Japan. So I expect, I guess, a whole bunch of mercenary games to be taken down now, because you're not mercenaries. You're just a bunch of neckbeards sat in, making a game. But anyway, I digress. I thought I would do this video. I hope to hear your thoughts. Please do let me know down below in the comment section. If you stayed this long, hit like, because you clearly liked the video. Again, thank you all so much. Take care.